Hi, everybody. Welcome. I'm Terry at Holding Your Space, and Valerie's here from Illumination Portal. Welcome.
Welcome. Thank you for having me. Hello, everybody. I'm so
Yeah,
excited to see you.
I'm so excited to be here. And we're streaming, we're live streaming, so from both channels. So you may not see all the chat if you're on one or the other channel, but we'll try and post for everybody. So just want to say hi to a few people. The Crone Zone. Hello, how are you doing? It's so good to see you. And Boca Bass. Hey, Boca Bass. And Jeff's here with Tarot Ass Backwards. Susan Funes. Hello, Susan. And people that are listening, welcome. So,
Yes.
yeah, so Valerie, this is a long time coming. Getting back together again.
I know. We've been trying these energies. When you walked away for a minute and we were going to be a couple minutes later, I went into the chats and I keep hearing this song playing constantly for days now. And I know the song, but I didn't know the name. Right? It was the Cure. It's a Cure song. In Between Days. And
Huh.
I am serious. That is how it feels. This is in between energies, timelines, or dimensions. I don't.
It
It's
is, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of energy going on, and we're in between dimensions.
yeah.
So it makes sense that we'd be in between timelines
They don't fit.
and
It's
crazy.
just I, I've played the song a few times in the last couple of days, and never even caught it what they were the title until right now. So to me, it's like, oh, it's one of those aha moments. So
Yeah, I
Scorpios,
love them.
I do too. I do too.
Yeah, yeah. Um, so everybody's been talking about the blue light that's coming in and the activation. And yesterday was a big day, which yesterday I felt like was a lot of fun. I mean, I was riding that wave yesterday, and then today feels like it's a bumpy ride for me.
Yeah, yesterday was when the sun and Mars, it's called Mars Kazemi, the sun. Looks like it's going into the heart of the sun. So they're right next to each other. And it was the blue light. I knew that was coming on the 18th too. And I was like, wow, powerful energies, powerful. Mars gives us the ability to go do whatever that is. Sun is our soul, our hearts, and what is it you love? What is it that you value? What is it you really want to do? And Scorpio is like, first we're gonna clear everything out, and then but Scorpio is pretty deep and gets us to those awarenesses. And today is I usually don't talk degrees, but it's 27 degrees Scorpio, so we have 2 more degrees, 2 more days to go. 29 degrees. This is just a build up. So anything that you've been really working on or noticing being transformed and transmuted with Scorpio is it's getting to the end. So once we get into Sagittarius season, it'll be a more they're more hey, let's party or right around Thanksgiving. So I don't know.
It's good. So, how does it bode for the rest of the year then until
Mm.
New Year? Because people have said it's still going to be pretty rough.
Yeah, it's going to be an intense year, but as we came out this year on the spring equinox in April, the doors were starting to open, and of course we gain information and more understanding every moment of the day. It seems like, but on New Year's Eve we're having Jupiter stationing direct, so that shows me that it is. Especially for those of us, let me just say this, that are connected, heart and soul connected, and really working what it is, our guides, our teams are guiding us into. That to me is going to be really a really good year on that side of it. But we have the other side of it, those who are not fully connected to their hearts and souls, and the drama and trauma coming up on in every aspect of our lives. I mean, you watch the news and it's everything is being transformed and transmuted, and it's got to be brought up, and so we see it, to clear it, to release it, to love it, to let it go. We all know, especially this community, our communities or communities like us, who love is the answer to
Yeah,
everything.
that's it, man. We're all one, right?
And
All love.
yeah, and peace and harmony, and we see that world. We see it. We can visualize it. We can even get in, go there a lot of the times. But we're holding that space as the energy comes in to raise that vibration, to bring us to that. Now, I don't say that's going to happen overnight, but that we're in the beginning stages. Those doors are opening. I said it the other day. It's like we're in the hallway waiting, and then somebody said we're in the womb. Literally, we are being birthed, right? And that could take a while till.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Does that happen to you? Because I focus in on. I truly do focus in on what I love and value, and I do everything I suggest. Um, the only time I get entangled with the outside world is when it something happens to me. Like I didn't have my phone for 2 weeks. My modem went down. Like these things that you have to go fix, right?
Yeah.
So, and then because the phone went down, another thing went down in my change of address, and it's just that kind of stuff. But it you just gotta flow. Is the word I've been hearing.
Yeah.
Flow, ride the wave.
Definitely. I've had, I think we've all had opportunities here um, of living in that duality world where things start to fall apart. And then we realize that's not a big deal. That's not who I am.
Right.
And Sonia has a really great thing that she just said. And good morning, Dava and
I
Indigo,
think
Heather, and Sonia. So she was told to watch the sweets and the spending. Um, why do I go for that when we're told not to? Ugh.
mm,
And Sonia, I kind of had a bit of that too. Like I all of a sudden I started watching my pennies because it's going into the holidays and we're going to be
mhm,
spending a little more. We're going to be celebrating with loved ones, and I was really judging myself. I went to Whole Foods this morning, and that's whole paycheck, right?
yeah,
But
yeah.
I
I
love
mean,
that place. Yeah, but it was like, and I thought I'm going to buy myself those lavender trees because they're stunning and they're going to make me happy every
yeah,
day. And we think about times the limited belief system where oh, I shouldn't spend money on that. That's frivolous or whatever. But then you think about the energy of it. And the whole way home, I was like, I'm holding energy for these beautiful people coming into my life. I'm
mhm,
holding energy for all the beauty coming into my life.
mhm,
I'm going to walk this path and I'm going to think it and I'm going to enjoy it.
yeah,
I'm not going to go home thinking about that, how much I spent at Whole Foods. So, so
right.
it is. But also, something that happens with me and everybody here, let us know if this happens to you too. Oh, Teresa Ford has something
Yeah,
wonderful. She says,
they're all brilliant. I love them.
"Oh my God, she's a sage."
Mhm,
It seems like when we allow without overreacting, then we don't add the trauma stored in the collective. Yeah, we are aware, we allow it, we watch it,
mhm.
and we see it happening, and then we're just not above it, but watching it from a different field.
A neutral
Different
observer.
density.
That's what I always say. Neutral observer.
Yeah,
And I mean, because we can't not see it. Like there's a lot going on. But as for the treats, Terry and I were before we started. We're talking about I'm starving. And I don't know what it is, but I'm eating and eating and eating. And I was feeling so bad for like this has been going on since, the pandemic, and realized, oh, I got a little chunky there. So I started really feeling bad and getting on myself. But my guide said, this is a lot of energy. Eat what you want. Try to eat the quote unquote bad stuff in moderation.
Yeah.
Take this is a bigger um, what's the word, adventures than we realize, and it is a lot of energy. It is, and to care for yourself, to have whatever food it is, or if you're shopping and you want this new shirt or whatever it is, right? It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's now in moderation, not. But I see, I was doing that. I was really being abusive to myself almost when they finally stepped in and said, "My God, you have to eat and just take be in moderation," So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
We
Be
have
aware of it.
we have a hard, we're hard on ourselves.
We are hard. Oh, Karen Robinson, you're cracking me up. Hey, as long as our hair looks good, right?
Terry has beautiful hair. Look at Karen's hair. Wow.
Yeah,
I know
Karen has stunning hair, right?
I've lost most of mine, but I'm like, okay, so what?
It
Just
looks
keep
beautiful. It looks beautiful.
it is
Um,
so thin.
yeah. So, and I've had, so a thing for me, I can tell when energy is shifting because things break in my house.
Mm-hmm.
Like my oven goes out, my dishwasher stops working,
Yep.
my air conditioning system, my HVAC will stop working, but it always comes back on.
Thank you.
That's how I know
Thank you. Thank you.
yeah, and I just know now if I hit a button and it doesn't work, I'll wait a day or I'll wait an hour and go back and hit it again and it'll work. So it's just, you know,
That's amazing. I was hoping for that because that does happen to me too. I just waited out and my modem was glitching. I don't know if it is. I can't see it glitching. Is it to you, Terry?
it glitched a little bit at the beginning, but it looks really smooth right
Oh,
now,
good,
doesn't it,
good,
everybody?
good, good.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, and we got the newer modem, the upgrade, and my son tried to install it last night, and it didn't work at all. So it's like whatever. It's that flow, right? Flow with it. Let it. And a lot of us have this high vibrational energy where things stop working or glitch on us a lot. But you know that. You just wait, like Terry said, and it comes back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it doesn't phase me anymore. I'm
Mm-mm.
just like, okay. I
Yeah.
part of it I know is me and my energy playing with it. Well,
Yeah.
obviously, because it's all me. I mean, these are our lives, and we're what we perceive to be our homes, and we just watch them and say, "Okay, you'll work in 5 minutes," and then
Yeah.
boom. But yeah, so energy, working with energy, and working with the blue energy that's come around,
Oh.
that
Mm-hmm.
serious
Mm-hmm.
energy that's come in. That's so beautiful. I'm so happy to hear that everybody's been doing. I was talking to Dr. Gail yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
and she was talking about how she has a everybody that doesn't know Dr. Gail Starseed. I think it's Starseed Awakening. And anyway, but she has a channel and she works with the Galactics, and she does the Solaris Healing Room, and
Mm-hmm.
it's blue energy.
Mm-hmm.
She's Octarian hybrid. So, but that blue energy coming in, and we talk a lot about it in meditation, the blue light, of the divine feminine, the serenity coming in and the peace that it brings us.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
It's beautiful, and it it, the whole entire collective has to integrate it. And I love the fact that we can know these things ahead of time. We know that the other lady that was on Pam Gregory's channel that was speaking about it. I'm sorry, I forgot her name. Um,
Um,
Rebecca something.
oh, well, there was, I'm going to say Rebecca Campbell, but I don't think maybe that's who it was. Yeah, the one that was talking about that. She was
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I
And then,
went and watched some of her videos to see. And she released one today about Sirius. So and Sirius is if we do a galactic chart, it's 13 degrees Cancer. So that's that um, safety, security, nurturing, comforting vibe. Just like you said, is the female, like that bluish energy. So it's like a big hug for all of us. That's what I'm
yeah,
trying to get out. Nancy, Rebecca, thank you, warrior girl. Hi.
yeah. So,
Oh
from
no.
them, your streaming camera quit working yesterday.
Oh,
Um, Susan says, sugar, wheat, and some carbs are silent killers of the brain, great brain. Wow. Yeah, I have a love of sweets too, and I have a little bit of sugar in my um, tea this morning.
I
So,
have I have honey in my tea, but I have a dark chocolate right over here for emergency.
oh,
There, I
Warrior
know.
Girl says, how many cannot wear watches? You
Oh,
know,
I never worn a watch. I never understood the need for time. I mean,
yeah,
we are where we are when we're there. I don't. I know that's people use. My mom used to be so frustrated when I would say that. Why do and to get on. You got to be on time. You got to be there. You got to be there. And I used to let that get to me as in a restaurant business. So it's a little bit more it's relaxed. But and then I don't know. This was years ago. Yeah, I'm hearing you can say I'll always be on time, and you will. And I started doing it, and I was. It was the strangest. I don't know. It's we do have more effect of our immediate vicinity than we know. We
yeah,
can uh, work with all the. This is ether. All this is magic. It's energy. We
yeah,
speak it into existence. You think it. It's pretty cool, you know. Instead of worrying, which that took me a long time to learn that because I was a very anxious person, worried a lot. And when I got to the point where I could, okay, instead of stressing out that this could happen, what would you prefer to happen? So I play this game in my head all the time. Okay, stop. What would you prefer to happen? Focus on that. It takes a while. It's training yourself basically to work with energy instead of against it. Because we all know what that feels like when you feel late and it's just it just starts stressing you out. Your heart's rate's going up. Sweating. I don't know.
yeah,
Does that make sense?
yeah. It really does. I used to always ask myself I had a lot of anxiety when I was raising my kids. My late husband was had a real problem with time and a huge amount of anxiety about it and rage and and that
Mm-hmm.
was really hard. We really had to dampen our light because of that. And now it's like everything's so open.
Mm.
Um, and and he's always around me trying to help now, but
Oh,
but it's a joy to go somewhere because I'm always like, hey, we can be 5 minutes late or we can be 10 minutes late if we want to, and it's kind of like dessert. Um,
sounds like my last husband. I was very. I didn't realize how anxious I was because of
yeah,
him and how stressed out he made me. Because he was a time person too, and I would
Yeah.
always try to say I don't, we'll get there when we get there, and or whatever it was, and he wasn't about to change, so
Yeah. It's not an easy way to have your children inside your lives
yeah,
with all that. It's really
yeah,
hard on them.
yes.
Yeah. Sonia doesn't have an air conditioner this weekend.
Hmm.
Oh, I'm sorry, Sonia. Yeah.
Oh,
And
where do
she's
you
looking
live?
forward for relief. Um, Sonia, are you in Portugal? I can't remember. Um, or is that, um,
It's hot too.
yeah, it's hot. Um,
Hmm.
so never needed an alarm clock. I just woke up when I was supposed to. Yeah. And where you're
That's
going.
Scorpio.
Yeah. Right. Late for
Uh, Scorpios they just have an innate, built-in connection to everything, a deep connection, a knowing of time, of being responsible. I don't know how to explain it. It is quite fascinating to watch. Both of my kids, one is a Scorpio sun, one has a Scorpio ascendant, and it just amazes me how organized and responsible they are, as opposed to not that I'm irresponsible, but I kind of take time. Well, and I've been very busy with readings since I was on Linda G's channel, and I have to say I am proud of myself. I don't have any problem showing up for that. It's not.
It's a
And
joy.
yeah, I
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah. Yeah. It really is. That's the way I feel about um, being here and doing readings at home too. It's like, it's a joy. This is what I love doing.
Yeah.
So, Teresa Ford's asking if Sonia, are you near a library that you can go hang out and cool down?
Mm.
And Warrior Girl, oh, you were due. Oh, okay. I don't know what that's about. I think that's about having kids. Not sure. Warrior Girl. Anyway, um, so I wanted to talk about what we can do during these times because
Mm.
I feel like all this energy is coming in. And Pam Gregory, we were talking about her earlier, and you guys all know her better than me, but she had somebody on that she recommended, this woman that did a TED Talk in her last video. I'm gonna go ahead and put the banner up for that TED Talk.
Okay.
It's a great thing to watch.
I know. I know.
Jill Nolte Taylor. She is um, a brain entomologist. I think she's a doctor of the brain, works at Harvard. Anyway, but she had a stroke, and when she had a stroke, she was able to document it because she thought, "Oh, I think I'm having a stroke." Like 1 minute, she was in a frame of mind that she was just love and energy, and there was she could see everything, and she could know that her fingers had no end, like it was all energy, that
Yeah.
everything was malleable
Yeah.
and just a part of the collective. And then the other half of her brain was saying, "You've got a problem. You're having a stroke. You can't be doing this. You can't do that." And so we have that. And she showed a brain cut in half and was describing it in this. It's only like a 20-minute talk, but and how half of our brain is judging us and telling us what we can and we can't do. We have to be on time. Oh my God, you're late. What are you going to do about it? And the other half is like, you are love. You are part of the collective. You are pure love, pure consciousness. You know, Teresa, you watched it this morning. Yeah, it was so comprehensive about what we all talk about, right? And it was nice because I love it when we can get physical and see that there is a physical part of this brain, and creating those. your brain those what am I trying to call neurotransmitters
Mm-hmm.
that we can like say, okay, I am light, and
Mm-hmm.
I am okay, I am fine, I am beautiful.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
oh, Bright Shiny Ray read her book and said it was really amazing.
I gotta check her out. I love the fact that she's having a stroke and she's doing research. Just like I love that. You know.
Yeah. And then she had the physical brain. I bet that was the first time that was brought out for a TED
Hmm.
Talk. Aw. Sonia says, "You're both a joy." Yes, probably dancing tonight for a bit. I don't sit well in those places.
Mm.
I went to listen to a honky tonk last night and listened to some blues.
Oh, that had to be so much fun.
It was because I was thinking about what do you do with all this energy coming in, and I thought, should I stay home and meditate? Should I stay home and be online? And then I thought, and then somebody called me up and said, "Hey, this band's playing." I'm like, "Yep, that's what I'm doing."
I love it. I know that's something that's coming into my awareness too. Fun. Do something fun. Go do something. No, I mean I love everything I do. I love being spiritual, but I don't leave the house. And that was a challenge. It was starting to become a challenge. Yesterday I went to the post office. I did good. But I mean, all of these like things that you're saying, right? Where that brain is okay, yeah, we live in duality or polarity, but we're integrating this high vibrational energy. And when you're part of your brain that is saying you're worthless, right? What are you doing? Who do you think you are? And this, it comes up. I got to go through meditate, take time. I'm safe. I'm loved. I'm peace. I am talk myself through it. But we were talking before we got on about self love and acceptance, and it sounds easy. Oh, just love and accept yourself. But how do you? I mean, meditation, of course, helps us connect. But how would you suggest that people, take that pause, right? Take that moment, give yourself the love, so you can stop that brain chatter that wants to.
Well, I think okay. I'll give a couple of instances. I think a good way to for your brain to do it with your brain mentally, and because as a lot of times as light workers, we do things emotionally and we do things with empathy, and then we also do it spiritually, right? And
Mm-hmm.
that's how we're always trying to do things. Well, to click something with your brain, you can just go in and give yourself a reward. So lots of rewards throughout the day, and I'm bad about that. I don't do it enough. But we were talking before we came, and I went to Whole Foods and I bought two lavender bushes, and they weren't cheap, but I thought they're going to give me joy throughout the
Yeah,
holidays, and that's my reward.
yeah.
So, but so giving yourself lots of tiny rewards all day, like I put 1 teaspoon of uh, um, sugar in my chai this morning, and
Mm-hmm.
that's a reward. I don't normally put
Mm-hmm.
sugar in there. I used to a lot, and it was really bad for me. But now I allow it as a thing. So giving yourself those little rewards, they can be anything. They can be something big. They can be something little. But that's a really great way for your brain to just click on that and make that neurotransmitter that says, okay, I can change that. I don't have to be that. And then also meditation and calling in all my angels every day. Another thing that we do a lot, that Val, through meditation, is we do growing our heart chakra,
Mm-hmm.
75 feet out the front and
Mm-hmm.
75 feet out the back of the heart chakra. I think
Yeah.
it's really huge.
Yeah, and it's something to, when those things come up, those triggers. I love. I remember you saying when you were little, you used to be able to turn the dial, just turn
Yeah.
the dial. What a skill to have as a child. I love that. So it's kind of the same thing, right? We could go
Yeah.
in there, turn the dial, take that moment and pause, because we are really integrating high vibrational energies, and that insidious voice, that one that wants to come in and you know demoralize you and make you feel bad, is really strong these days. I would, at least for me. I don't know. How's everyone else
Yeah.
going through it?
I think you're right. I think it is. I get it a lot. And I'm just like, who do you think you are? And then I'm like
Mhm.
turning it, who do I think I'm not?
I,
I'm,
I love it. I love it. Yeah, and that's how you have to be with, because it's like, oh, um, or they sneak in through the dreams. I had a couple. I haven't had bad dreams in a while, at least not that I remembered, because that's all my dreams used to be. And when I started to become in my awareness, I asked them to stop that. So I don't really dream. And a couple times last week it was, and I was like, oh my goodness, I haven't seen anything like that. Those bizarre, weird dreams. So I had to go back in and say, no, we're not coming in that way either. This is a clear space, you know,
yeah.
uh,
Yeah, definitely.
something else.
Lori's talking about something with Teresa. Valerie would know that coming together in November 2024, it's bringing the new way of living.
Yeah, yeah. And
Yeah.
that, I mean, we're going to have past that election that everybody's waiting on, is where I see um, humanity progressing, going forward. So this next year, they're going to try to make it extremely challenging and fearful, and bring in hate and division. And just as long as we're aware of that, and I'm trying my absolute best anytime I do catch anything out in external that is, trying to do any of those things. I have to send it love, and go back to doing what I love the best I can. I try to stay informed, keep myself updated, but it this is, this is the probably one of the toughest years. And I know that sounds, and I don't mean it in fear, but as the energies come in, and those who would oppose humanity living in peace and harmony are out there, especially in the United States election coming up. We got to remind ourselves that that's we're being played, basically, you know,
Yeah.
and a lot of the media's on board with that. That's why I think we're all on YouTube. This way we could choose what we want to watch, what we want to feed our brain, and be discerning. That's probably the most important thing for this next year. Be discerning, and aware of where you place your focus.
Yeah.
And we're all going to get through it. I think I love it. I love that Pluto's going back into Aquarius January 20th, and that's our friend. He is an Aquarius, all about humanitarian um, efforts and the collective coming together, everybody having a seat at the table, freedom. Aquarians don't want to have any interference in how they are. So as Pluto's in Aquarius, and they're both kind of that same energy. Well, Pluto's more about being in integrity, being authentic, being honest, being truthful. You're doing all of that, and you're heart centered and soul centered. That's your foundation, and from that point, you can follow your guidance, and everything will just those doors will just open up for you. And I think it's really cool.
Yeah. Fear is trying to claw us backwards, but it won't work. Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's our job. I mean, everybody. A lot of times when I'm doing readings, this probably happens to you too, Val. And I was like this for the longest time. And still, some days I am like, what
Hmm.
is I meant to do? What is my path? And really, this is it.
This
Being in
is
love with yourself, just shining
it.
your light and being
Mhm.
loved. That's the most important thing we can do.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
that energy radiates out all around us, and it hits so many souls, so much of life that it increases that vibration constantly, consistently.
yeah. Heather says too many politicians walk and talk with a false face mask. I
Hmm.
refuse to be swallowed up by that energy.
Hmm.
Right. And let me just say, Heather has an anniversary tonight. So
Oh,
there's
that's
going to be a little
cool.
party on her channel. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. So I think that's going to be at 7 Central, Indigo. But you can put it in there if I'm
Yeah.
home. Yeah. Um, Teresa says, or Warrior Girl says, blue and red have to go. I agree, honey. Yeah.
Purple. Purple. For goodness sakes, why aren't we doing what's best for the nation and its people, her people in the world? I mean, it's been too long. That
Yeah.
thousands of years where we've been under that patriarchal system, and it's profits over people, and it's just it, we're so many people are just like, what are you doing? We don't, that's not resonating with us. And as we can see in this last just election this November, this one just a few weeks ago, people are saying, stay off of my rights and my freedom to be who I am. So, and I
Yeah.
think that's just going to grow stronger, really, because they're going to push it and push it and push it, and they already have people so turned off that the more they push it, the more it just exposes them. You know, I love what Hypnicity said: breathe in love, exhale. How'd you put it? Exhale peace.
Trying to find it. Um, I see it. Yay. Breathe
Yeah,
in love, exhale peace. That's beautiful hypnicity.
yeah,
Definitely. Definitely.
yeah. And,
Yeah.
and and it's just it is. This is really the culmination of lifetimes, this moment our souls have been waiting for. We may not remember, but we're waking up to that remembrance as we're waking up to our specific skills and abilities. And no two of us are alike. We're all unique and different for a reason, but we have that same underlying, heart wish, which is, can't we just all live in peace and harmony and focus on our passions? And can you imagine if kids were taught that? I mean, I think they're more so now than when I was growing up, about, you know, I, I see a lot of parents doing the love yourself. I don't know. I just saw something. It was really so sweet. But these kids they're literal angels that coming in, and they have these just the energy around them. Just by seeing that and knowing that, and how we're turning that big dial with Mother Earth going into this up into this higher realms, and it is beautiful. I
Yeah.
mean,
It totally is beautiful. Yeah. It's a lot going on. And the new kids as they're coming in, their bodies aren't quite made for this planet, this density. And as the density changes, um, our bodies are changing too, our physical form, but also that junk DNA, entertainment only,
mm,
that we have is being activated,
mm-hmm,
and so our healing and just being able to heal ourselves, being able to heal others. With there's so many people in here that are Reiki masters and
Mhm.
astrologers and light workers that we can just, it changes the whole planet. But also the universe is watching it because our universe grows. When we come into that fifth dimension, that evolves the entire universe. So
It does.
this is a galactic thing that
Yeah.
everybody's watching. And that's why we're here. Yes, Warrior Girl, thank you. The diamond frequency.
Yes. Oh,
Exactly, honey.
just
And
saying that makes you feel good. Go
oh,
ahead.
it's like right there. And yeah, yeah. And it's that diamond frequency. And I don't know about you guys, but when I look, I can see those diamond lights
Mhm.
at with a soft eye, or when I'm out and about, all of a sudden I'll see a diamond shining over here or over
Mhm.
there,
Mm.
and it's the veil thins.
Yeah.
We're going to see that diamond.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lori says the depth of the awakening is happening to many females in my family. I get happy tears with the conversations we're having. Oh, Lori,
Oh,
that is amazing.
yeah. I mean, my mom's always been heart centered. I mean, she's a Leo, right? But she didn't know all this was going on, and
Sure.
but she has become more and more. I see her understanding this, like saying these things to me, like the things we talk about. It's just beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It's simply loving people where they're at. Like, they don't have to know everything that's going on. If that's not their gig, then that's fine. And there'll be a lot of us that have loved ones that are in a different, not realm, but their reality is different. Like, we make our own
Hmm.
reality. We're creators.
Hmm.
That's who we are.
Yeah.
So, and I just want to comment that Heather has created her beautiful channel, and it is at 7 p.m. Central tonight, on Indigo Jaguar Intuitive Arts, her show. So,
Yeah.
anniversary party at Heather's tonight, people. And
Yay. Yeah, it was, that was challenging me because I'm thinking everybody, well, in the last few years, we all know what's going on, but a lot of people don't understand it. It doesn't mean they're not heart centered and soul centered, loving people, and I needed to adjust my attitude on a lot of that stuff because I was, sometimes expecting a lot from people who aren't that's not their path, um
yeah, yeah,
it's been a heck of a learning curve these last 10 or so years, right?
right. And we talked about that before we came on today too.
Hmm.
That we both had, I like to call them effing growth opportunities, FGOs.
Hmm.
So, opportunities for growth in 2015,
Mm.
and
2015 was hard for a lot of people.
really rough. Yeah, really, really rough. And I feel like a lot of people are going to have had a hard time this year and next year, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm happy that I went through that then, and now
Yeah.
I feel grounded and in that state of awareness where I can kind of watch. Yeah,
And we're available to help those on the path, who want to understand more of what's going on, because as we raise in vibration, it's you fifth dimension or higher, right? And you got to have that um, a- a- an understanding, right, of self love, unconditional love, of peace and harmony, of just like we were saying, allowing people to be where they're at. Yeah, but they have to, on the other hand, have to have that core foundation of integrity, honesty, truth, being ethical. We don't. I don't think it's, well, do you think you can raise in vibration or raise in dimension and not be in integrity?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Mm,
I think being our authentic self, because authentically we're love, we are
mm-hmm,
creator, we're divine light. So if we're being authentic and living in integrity, and then what is integrity? Is that judging ourselves that we're good? No, I think integrity is trying to do the right thing, right?
right, in every moment,
In every
especially.
moment. Yeah, yeah.
Mm,
And I think taking it one step further, living in the path of love.
mm,
But I mean, it's just semantics, right? But
mm-hmm,
living in the path of love and seeing people that are doing what they're doing and the media, 45, politicians, big pharma,
mm,
um, Bezos, Musk, the old ways are falling,
yeah.
and just say bye bye, honey.
Bye. Bye, because as we raise in vibration, how they show me is like that. It gets us that we're buoyant, but that anything that isn't of that higher, finer vibration cannot exist in that unconditional loving vibration. So it's not like the third dimension ends or that there's souls that may want to continue
Oh yeah,
playing there, and
yeah,
that's, but they're out of our awareness, out of our, the frequency doesn't match, right? So there's no way that you would even under know that they're there. Like I think of that now. Like there's so many frequencies we don't match with that we don't participate in. I don't know. I think it's I think it's really interesting to what, because this next year too is going to be where a lot of people are confronted with loving themselves, understanding that they are loved. Like you were just saying, it's gonna be interesting to watch. That they're already loving people, but it becomes that deeper, unconditional love.
yeah, yeah.
So cool.
Sonia, that's a good point. Some people would like to make me feel bad for staying away from them, she says, but that's their problem. I just don't answer them. Yeah,
Sonia, I'm having this. Yeah,
yeah,
sometimes.
yeah. And watching who we do have around us tells us who we are right now. Like what do we do? And um I feel so blessed to be in this community with
Me too.
YouTube, and I found so many friends here. This was a godsend for me.
Yeah, me
You
too.
know,
The blessing.
2000, yeah, 2016 I started and was like,
Yeah.
um,
Wow.
yeah,
And what's the frequency, Kenneth? I love it.
that's
I
funny.
love it. It really is, and and we gotta always have that. Well, our feelers are out all the time, right? Feeling frequency, feeling energies. I mean, we're an energy column and
Yeah,
energy light body, and it is becoming more. It's about being more discerning, and it doesn't. And there's people I do want to spend time with, and I love very much. I just don't have the time at the moment. So there's that, but then there's others that I just don't resonate with. I can't. No judgment. It's just we're not talking the same language.
yeah, yeah,
That's
sure. And it's just happened. Um,
mm-hmm,
Teresa says it's like our eyes can't see all the light spectrum, and our energy is sort of like that too. We
correct,
can't integrate really low level stuff anymore, so it's like it isn't even there.
correct.
Whoa, Teresa, that's
Perfect.
amazing. Amazingly said. Yeah, I would pitter patter around that for half an hour.
Yeah.
Just got it, bam. So
Yeah, and now it's like you just automatically just take yourself, your energy in another direction. Um, I don't know. It is so. it is going to be an amazing year. When overall we know that we're heading where we're heading, and they always say to me, it like when we talk about where we're going, I always get they're so excited, like it's a surprise, like we're going to be just blown away, out of in a lot of respects. I don't
Yeah,
know. I'm excited.
we are so blessed. I
Mhm.
agree with you. And I feel like for us as light workers, we can create, and Pam talked about that the other day too. I
Mhm.
mean, we're creators, we're divine light, so we can create and walk in our own path. And yeah, there might be things that happen that we'll recognize, but we can stay in our own path. And there'll be things that will make us sad and things that will make us happy. And those are emotions, and we should definitely go through them, but going through them with awareness and not attaching
Right.
to it. Like, all the horrible things that are happening around the planet. Um, yes, be upset by them because they're wrong, but also knowing that you're a divine light, and not moving on with awareness, I guess. Just
Hmm.
being aware all the time.
Hmm.
Yeah,
It's
the
in
love of our soul family. Find out.
Oh yeah, and
Yeah.
that's under all love. Every soul I have, and I have to believe this. It's hard for me at first when my guides would bring it up. Every soul has chosen their path, and they are on that path and experience the experiences they have for that soul's purpose and that soul's understanding. It's not for me to understand. So it took me a while to get my head wrapped around that, because you want to go out there and help, and that's what we were doing, and we were expending a lot of our energy trying to be the empath, the savior. Let me help you, let me fix it, let me
Yeah.
fix it, let me fix it, let me fix it. And it's like we've had to kind of just go inside and flow in ourselves and just let it be, let people be where they're at, and let them re let them live their journey. And it's hard to say that, especially if it's a family member or um, a friend.
Yeah. I think that's a great idea. Warrior Girl asks, did you plan on pulling some cards for the week for us all here that
Yeah.
will watch this the 18th on? I love that idea. Let's go ahead and do that.
you
Um,
want to you just want to do for the week, or did you want to do for anybody? Oh my goodness, it's already been
it's
almost an
already
hour.
almost an hour. Yeah. Yeah. Let's go ahead and
For the
pull
week.
one for the week. And then let's pull a couple of cards for the year,
Okay.
2024.
Okay.
Um,
This week is
because
Thanksgiving week.
be gentle and reward yourself. Buy,
Yes.
buy yourself something really pretty, like
Yes.
a
Yes.
little piece of crystal at the thrift shop or a new car. But get
Oh, I
your
wish I had the one I just got. I shouldn't. I see. I'm saying I shouldn't have did it, but it was the Fibonacci spiral
yeah.
yellow fluorite. It's beautiful.
Oh my God.
Oh,
Love it.
it's so cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
You go ahead, honey.
All right. I got strength. I pulled from the unicorn deck. I got strength and action. So the challenge will make you stronger. You will get through to the other side. Look at the gifts in this situation. Wow. Isn't that what we were talking about? And then I have action. Now is the perfect time to act. Take inspired action towards your dreams. Move forward with confidence. And that is really what's going on here. It is about us taking action, inspired action towards our dreams and our wishes. Our heart's wishes is our heart has a really talks in whispers. You really gotta listen. So those things that really uh, make your heart smile is the way that's they're giving us the why can't I talk the path.
That's okay.
Oh,
Make
oh,
you smile.
and then under that it was, I mean, just sitting there and they were like, yes, that one too, magic.
Oh, I love that. That's
Make,
beautiful.
make a wish, believe in miracles, magic surrounds you. And it really does. It surrounds everybody. We speak into existence in this air around us. We think it's just air. This is ethers. This is how we create.
The
In
mist. Yeah,
all of it. So
yeah.
beautiful. Mm.
Karen, your last week was to cut out the bullshit. Is there a card for that? Oh, honey, yeah. So I'm getting, I pulled these little cards for the rest of this week for all of us because they're kind of more of a storyteller for me and about junk sometimes, about the hard stuff sometimes, but silly stuff too. So watch your health. Be really gentle with yourself
Mm.
when all this is coming in. Like don't overdrink, or there
Mm.
might be somebody around you that's being a little pretentious, right?
Mm.
Because we're going in the holidays, and um, if anybody's got any contracts coming up, um, is this a good time to do contracts? Like, I would say I'm kind of feeling like, because of that, be a little aware of any contracts coming up or any documents.
Yeah,
Yeah.
discernment, absolutely, because we have three of the big outer planets still in retrograde until Uranus comes out at the last week of January. And so I look at the beginning of February where everybody's going direct, and we'll have the information as it comes in through our teams and our awareness, right? We'll have more information to go forward. But if I would just really read contracts, be very, you're in Scorpio season right now. Really look at things before you go forward with them. What do you feel?
Yeah, I'm kind of feeling the same. And yeah, live your life, have fun, buy yourself a little something,
Yeah.
but unless you know what you want, and this is just entertainment only, and these are just cards, but um, um, and then something's going to flip. Um, so might be about money.
Mm-mm.
Well, um, something's going down. I think this might be about some politicians because
That's what
there's
it
a lot of
sounded.
noise coming out.
Yeah.
I don't really read politics, um, but this is us walking with faith. We're
Uh,
walking above it, every drop in the ocean, because you are those drops in the ocean. We are those drops in the ocean. And as we walk in our faith and in our light, it changes everything because that's all the past,
uh,
everything that happened.
oh, I love.
Did you pull some cards for 24?
I did.
Oh,
Wow,
good.
I love that because it felt like a politician reading at first, like the external, right? The external
Wow.
showing itself, coming apart, and we stay in our faith.
And those could be those documents. That makes a
Mm.
lot of sense with the end of that reading, that was
Mm.
documents coming forward. Indigo. Heather says, everybody dance now. I love that song.
I was listening to something that like that yesterday. I can't remember now. Oh goodness, it was one of those old dancey songs like that. Okay, so
Yeah.
I did some what the heck is this? This is Star Dragon's Oracle cards. And I got started out with understanding, looking at both sides. Um
Wow.
and that, that is a beautiful way to start, and vision, contemplating the future, because that's what we're really doing as we're weighing our options and create seeing the vision that we want to go forward with. That is going inside, taking the tranquility, harmonious inaction. So I kind of like that. This is again with that flow and that let
Yeah.
it come into you. And then I got magical from another deck. They wanted me to map shifter. So again, spirit orchestrates everyone's destiny, and I just think it's perfect.
I also feel like there's going to be so many of us physically moving um,
Oh goodness,
if
yeah,
needed. I mean, all around the world, a lot of the population is going to have to move.
yeah.
Um, yeah, that's beautiful.
Well, and the thing that I've been the last few months hearing is we're all being aligned onto our new paths in these new energies on this leg of the journey. Right? This is really the time we've been. This is why we're here. To me, this
Mhm.
is okay. Yeah, all from the moment we were born, and even lifetimes before, it's all been training ground. This is really um, and every time I say that, I see they're very excited about what's coming up, and it's as uh, this is important that they say as that old dies off, right? It is we are restructuring. Uh, we're the ones that are doing that. We're the ones who are making the new rules and regulations and structures and labels, and that that's why so many of us are aware of what's going on to bring in that new earth that in that higher vibration of unconditional love and peace and harmony and truth. Because those old rules and systems, they don't work. They're life negating and profit over people. That type of
Yeah,
energy is not the way where we're going.
right.
So anything that's kind to yeah, like we all have to go to the post office, pay our bills and those things, but even though that's going to be uh, restructured with Pluto going into Aquarius is really going to be nice. And I've been getting that the media is going to be one of the first things that is restructured because we have to have truth in our media. I mean, media is everywhere now with AI, and AI is the way of the future. It is. It has. It's really. I mean, goodness, look. Can you believe that we even have the things we have to communicate and participate with? But if we don't have the truth underlying that integrity underlying, um, we're in the mess we are now because of it. So that's all going to be restructured. I
Yeah,
feel.
I think
And
you're right. I feel like that way too. I feel like AI is going to help with a lot of that.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Even though there'll be a little switch there that it'll take some time.
yeah.
Um, so I pulled Soul Tree, and that's
Oh,
connecting to Mother Earth,
mm,
also connecting to the heavens.
hmm,
So Father Sky and Mother Earth, and as she births this
hmm.
new fifth dimension that's coming in here,
Wow.
um, and when we walk into that light, that is Satchitananda. That is when the divine feminine and the divine masculine are working hand in hand, and there's balance there, is what we're going into. Not just the time of the divine feminine, but the time of holding space for both.
Right.
And when that connects, that energy is so much more powerful than just being patriarchy or matriarchy.
Mm-hmm.
That combination, and that's soul mating. So you can't make that up.
I love
That's the divine feminine, the divine masculine right there. That's
that.
soulmate. That's creating, and that's the flower of life right here. So
Oh,
this is our new life coming in.
yeah.
And
It
here we
is.
are, all of us, soul family,
Oh,
walking in the mist. So being in that space and time. So that's what I'm getting for us coming up, people.
wow.
Yeah. Yeah, we didn't take any questions today. We were chatting.
That
We
was
were talking.
powerful. Yeah. Well, it is good to talk, especially at these, how these, it's, well, Scorpio season, how the energies have been, the blue light yesterday. It was very important to remind each other, to be gentle, ask for grace and ease if you're not experiencing it. That's a powerful tool to help.
Yep.
That deck is beautiful, isn't it, Heather?
So, um, Val, how can people get a hold of you? I've got her information in the um, description on my channel there on for this video. But Val does amazing readings,
Thank you.
astrology. So, should they contact you through your
Yeah,
email?
I'm sorry, I just put it in the chat.
Oh, good, good.
Love to see you can, I don't think I can put it. 11 at gmail.com. Yeah, just email me.
Yeah,
We'll make
awesome.
it happen.
And what do you
Yeah.
have coming up?
Well, I was so worried about my internet. Allie and I are going to do a show together. I'm hoping this week before the 29th. So I'm going to go out of town with my mom for about 9 or 10 days
Oh,
to help look for a house in North Carolina. So I'm finishing up on the readings and we'll be back around the middle of December. But I really just been doing the readings and I was so excited to get with you because and Diana and I will be together on the 27th, the full moon in Gemini. Your brilliance is
wow.
coming in, so we're gonna, okay, we'll be in Sagittarius season, and it'll feel lighter than Scorpio season. And we had those two eclipses last month, so it's been a lot of processing and releasing, and it's that constant, deep releasing. But on that full moon in Gemini is when all the brilliance comes in. A lot of the things that we may be kind of wondering, how am I going to make that happen? What's going to go on? That's coming in. That's starting to come in. After these next couple of days. So that'll be cool. And
Nice.
so I'll be with her, definitely Diana on the 27th on my channel, and I'll be with Allie sometime before the end of the month. If
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's
What,
awesome.
and what about you? I know you're busy.
I'm kind of light next week. I've got um, Cheryl Rogers, psychic medium. She's a reader out of
No, no.
Sedona, and she's going to be on the channel. She's an artist too. She's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
She's going to be on. I'll be on with Allie on Wednesday night. Oh no, we're not doing this Wednesday, are we? And then yeah, and then the following week I've got a bunch of stuff coming up with Callie and Gerald, Tarot Stash, and
I
Allie
know.
and everybody. But
I know.
yeah, this week is kind of quiet, and that'll be good.
It's kind of a good week to be quiet, at least these next few days. Thanksgiving, of course, most of us will be with family, but integrate these next couple of days. Really take that time because, boom, there we are, Thanksgiving, and then holiday season and the New Year's. So it's going to be. Do you feel like it's going to be a busy holiday season? Are you picking up on that? I can't really feel into the holidays for some reason.
Yeah, it's kind of blank. I think there's
Yeah.
going to be some stuff coming up. I don't. I feel like right after the holidays, there's going to be a lot going on.
Yeah, it's
There's
gonna
going to
be.
be boom, 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 boom,
Yeah,
boom.
I do too.
Uh, yeah.
I'm not sure why I'm not getting much on the holidays, but everybody be safe and use your discernment
Yeah.
and be the love you are.
All right. All right, everybody. Thank you for being here, everybody. And we will see you soon.
We love you. Thank you.
Namaste. Our light sees your